Becoming God, an essential subject from Vinipedia. God is not manufactured by one's mental speculation. God is God always, Ka. Ka is God from his childhood. When he was 3 months old he demonstrated his godly powers. He immediately killed Sakasura. He immediately killed Putan. So he did not become God by meditation, manufactured in some mystic factory. God is God. God is always God. Even when he is a child, when he is a young man, when he is a boy. When Krishna was a boy of 7 years old, he lifted the Govardhana hill. That is God. Not that here is a man. By mystic power he has become God. No. Real God is always God. The idea that someone can become God by meditation is ridiculous. By hard endeavor one may realize his godly nature, but he will never become God. Srila Prabhupada's books, lectures, conversations and letters offer a comprehensive presentation of this essential subject as seen in the Vinikotes Becoming God category. An introduction from his books is given below in the following 11 quotes. Quotes from Srila Prabhupada's books. By undergoing severe austerities and penances, one cannot become one or equal with God, but one can attain most of the godly qualities. A living being can attain godly qualities to a large extent, but he cannot become God, whereas Ka, without undergoing any type of penance, is God always, either in the lap of his mother or growing up or at any stage of growth. Armad Bh Gavatam 2.7. 27. No one else can perform such extraordinary activities as Ka. When he was a child on the lap of his mother, he killed the demon P10. Then he killed the demons Tivarta, Vatsura and Baka. When he was a little more grown up, he killed the demons Agsura and Absura. Therefore God is God from the very beginning. The idea that someone can become God by meditation is ridiculous. By hard endeavor one may realize his godly nature, but he will never become God. The Asuras, or demons, who think that anyone can become God, are condemned. Kaitanya Karatam Ta, DLL 3.87. Lord Brahma is a pure devotee, even though the first dominating deity in the material world and therefore able to do many wonderful things. He would never, like the non-devotee with a poor fund of knowledge, have the audacity to think of becoming one with the Lord. People with a poor fund of knowledge should take lessons from Brahma when they are puffed up with the false notion of becoming God. Armad Bh Gavatam 2.9. 30. The doctrines of anthropomorphism and zoomorphism are never applicable to RKA, or the personality of Godhead. The theory that a man becomes God by dint of penance and austerities is very much rampant nowadays, especially in India. Since Lord Dharma, Lord K and Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were detected by the sages and saints to be the personality of Godhead as indicated in revealed scriptures, many unscrupulous men have created their own incarnations. Armad Bh Gavatam 1.1. 20. P10 was immediately aware that the child whom she was observing in the house of Nanda Maharya was the supreme personality of Godhead himself. He was lying there as a small baby, but that does not mean he was less powerful. The materialistic theory that God worship is anthropomorphic is not correct. No living being can become God by undergoing meditation or austerities. God is always God. K as a baby is as complete as he is as a full-fledged youth. K Book, Chapter 6, The Goddess of Learning, Sarasvat, inspired Dr. Radhakrishnan to say man cannot become God. We would like to clarify this statement by saying even after becoming liberated, a man cannot become God. A liberated person can become a pure devotee of God, but he cannot become God or merge into God and lose his identity. Renunciation through Wisdom, Chapter 4.4. The standard of perfection for a human being is to develop the attributes up to 78% in full. The living being can never possess attributes like Eva, Vivu or Lord Ka. A living being can become godly by developing the 78% transcendental attributes in fullness, but he can never become a god like Eva, Vivu or Ka. He can become a Brahman in due course. Armad Bh Gavatam 1.3. 28. God's creations are always innumerable. Even the leaves of a tree cannot be counted by a man, nor can the hairs on his head. However, foolish men are puffed up with the idea of becoming God himself, though unable to create a hair of their own bodies. Man may discover so many wonderful vehicles of journey, but even if he reaches the moon by his much advertised spacecraft, he cannot remain there. The sane man, therefore, without being puffed up, as if he were the god of the universe, abides by the instructions of the Vedic literature, the easiest way to acquire knowledge in transcendence. Armad Bh Gavatam 2.9. 10. The personality of Godhead is an established fact in all the revealed scriptures, and in the Bhagavad Gita the personal feature of the Supreme Lord is especially mentioned, so much so that the last portion of the great literature has emphatically stressed that one should surrender unto the personality of Godhead to be saved from the miseries of life. Unfortunately, persons with impious backgrounds do not believe in the personality of Godhead, and everyone wants to become God himself without any qualification. Armad Bhgavatam 2.9. 18. In his eternal conditioned existence the Jiva is full of the desire to enjoy matter, while in his eternal liberated state he is full of the desire to render devotional service to the Lord. Thus the Jiva can never become God. It is sheer insanity to equate man with God, or vice versa. The MYVD's unnatural desire to deny the inherent characteristics of his conscious self is the very same desire that keeps him from attaining liberation. Renunciation through Wisdom, Chapter 3.4. One should approach a guru who can extinguish the blazing fire of this material world, the struggle for existence. People want to be cheated, and therefore they go to yogas and SVMs who play tricks, but tricks do not mitigate the miseries of material life. If being able to manufacture gold is a criterion for becoming God, then why not accept Ka, the proprietor of the entire universe, wherein there are countless tons of gold? Armad Bhgavatam 5.14. 13.